has been paid for by
the ENN podcast.
He has a good energy, you guys.
Yeah. Can you believe it?
Sports.
Can you feel it? Can you feel that excitement?
The merchandise, wearing the hats.
Chris Wild here live from Lincoln Financial.
And I'm telling you, if you let Eli Manning walk into that stadium and make you look stupid and get a Giants W.
Music.
Wow. Whoa.
And more.
What's his next book going to be called? Spineless?
like
Welcome back, everybody, to another live edition of the ENN podcast. I'm, of course, professional wrestler Chris Wild, live from the studios here, bar 4133, and we're starting a little bit early. You know, during the season, once the season officially starts, I should be able to get a better grasp on scheduling these live feeds. My life is absolutely insane as far as my schedule goes. I've got a big match coming up this Saturday in Houston for 1CW Pro Wrestling. Check out the channel for updates on that if anybody's in the area. So I'm doing a lot of training for that, and then trying to keep up with training camp and Eagles news. As again, it's been off and on. It's been hot and cold, but there's one thing that just will not go away. It's never ending for this team. Drew Official, what's going on? Jerry Laura, what's up? So let's get right into it. I'm talking about my schedule. I do work when I'm not wrestling. I work midnights. So what happened last night was I'm getting ready for my shift. I work in a very stressful environment to begin with. I'm thinking that, you know, and I check out Twitter feeds. I'm thinking, look, it's just going to it's just going to be a very quiet night. I'm going to read about training camp. I'm going to read about Jalen Hurts. And as soon as I open up Twitter, this is about 10:30. Hey, Birdman, I see you. I'm going to just honestly, I'm going to get through this video real fast. We do have to come up with a date where we can collab. Man, hit me up within an email, or email me at chriswildwrestling@yahoo.com. Facebook Messenger for me is horrible. It's an app that works when it wants to on my phone. So chriswildwrestling@yahoo.com. If you hit me up there, I would love to collab with you. It is getting late, so I just want to get through this real fast. And this is not a topic that I honestly really want to talk about for long, because it absolutely is just annoying me. So at 10:30 last night, I look at Twitter and I see Deshaun Watson and the Philadelphia Eagles. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go word for word here. I'm going to actually pull up the first thing I saw. And it's by this guy, Chris Trapasso. Source: talks are heating up between the Eagles and Texans on the Deshaun Watson trade. Still some hurdles to get over. Both sides attempting to come to an agreement. Now, as you see by his name, there's that little check mark. And now that check mark for me, I know in some cases it doesn't mean a lot, but I look at it, anybody with a check mark, I kind of look at it as legit. Now, this guy works for CBS Sports. Last year, he was right before DeForest Buckner got traded. He was on top of that. So the guy has been right. It's not like he's a nobody. So I see this and I'm like, and of course the timeline explodes. Look, in the beginning, I look at Deshaun Watson and I go, man, he's like a top 5 quarterback, right? In some cases, maybe top 3. Depending on who you ask. However, 22, I think it might be up to 24 civil counts of just horrible allegations. We all know about the massage parlors and the sexual harassment. I'm not going to really dig into that because he hasn't been convicted. He hasn't been charged criminally with anything, to my knowledge, as of this time. So I'm not one to judge somebody or to accuse them when they're not convicted or considered guilty. However, this is a huge thing. And I've said this in videos before, because if this is true, I don't want a scumbag on my team. Even if he pays off these women, I mean, you're really setting yourself back. Now, Deshaun Watson has done nothing but the opposite since joining the NFL. We've talked about on live streams before and on videos about some of the things that he's done for that community in Houston after Hurricane Harvey, giving workers money. The people that run the Texans, of like cafeteria workers and things like this, making sure during the pandemic that they were still getting some funds. So this guy on the outside seems like a good guy. Now, there's parts of us, there's dark parts of everybody. There's secrets of I believe, in every person that they don't want to get out. Is this one of those things with Deshaun Watson, which makes him a scumbag? But with all that besides the point, for the Philadelphia Eagles to do this, they would have to absolutely be 100% sure that Deshaun Watson was not going to jail, and that these charges not only were going to be dropped, but were untrue. Now, if that's the case, you've got a franchise quarterback on your hands. There's no doubting Deshaun Watson's skill. There's absolutely no doubting that. It is fishy to me how he makes us think about wanting to leave Houston, and then all of a sudden, all this stuff just pops up. Again, I'm not one to judge somebody's innocence. I'm working on hypotheticals just like everybody else right now. But that comes up, and there's a beat writer from Houston who kind of squashed it, and a couple hours later saying he hasn't heard anything. Now, this guy seems to be a little bit more legit than Trapasulo, if I'm saying that correctly. Again, I honestly haven't heard about him. However, I do read Bleeding Green Nation. I think it's one of the best sites to get your Eagles news from. And Brandon Lee Gouton on Twitter, a great follow. He said something, and I'm going to pull this up, and he pointed out some things that kind of connect the dots to this maybe being true. And here's the tweet, some more dot connecting. Number one, Deshaun Watson missed practice the past 2 days. He also did not practice today, by the way. Number two, Laurie Roseman, Weidel Sirianni had an on-field meeting after practice on Tuesday. And here's the big one for me. Number three, the Eagles just cleared over $14 million in cap space and can now fit Watson's $10.5 million base salary. That's a big one for me because they kind of did that out of the blue. I don't remember them. Now, they've done this, I remember, during the season, almost right before the trade deadline. That got us all talking. I remember a couple years ago with Malcolm Jenkins. I think maybe Zach Ertz did it at one time as well. But to do it this early in camp, just for no reason, just for money to carry over to 2022, which is good, the space. I don't know. It seems real fishy to me. Now, I thought maybe it would be to get a veteran wide receiver in here through a trade, maybe a guy like Allen Robinson, or maybe, a veteran linebacker. Xavier Howard, his name has been brought up, even though we got Steven Nelson. So I thought maybe it had something to do with that. But this Deshaun Watson never-ending story just continues to pop up, and you can't deny these dots. Now, Pro Football Talk said today that source says, contrary to a report that trade talks between Eagles and Texans for Deshaun Watson are heating up, they are not. Now, look, I'm going to be honest with you. I am a bit of a conspiracy theorist, and my antenna goes up when I see something like this tweet come out from like why would Chris Trapasso, that's how Trapasso, is that how you say it? Why would he just at 10:30 on a Wednesday night, why would he just throw this out there? Like why? For what? To get some clicks, I mean, it just doesn't make sense to me. However, here's what I think happened. I'm going to tell you guys, here's what I think happened. And I'm going to just say, and I'm going to show this too. Somebody asked, are you standing behind Deshaun Watson to the Eagles? And he says, of course I stand behind the wording of my tweet last night, which means he might be kind of backing down a little bit. Here's what I think happened, guys. And I could be wrong. I think he throws this tweet out there last night. I think somebody close to the situation, whether it be from the Eagles or from the Texans, told him this, kind of like he got the information last year about the Forrest Buckner trade, and maybe he just threw it out there a little bit too early or threw it out there when he shouldn't. And someone from the Eagles or Texans told all the pro football talks, these national outlets that it was absolutely not true because they don't want this out there. And I would guess it would be the Eagles. They don't want this distraction out there, especially going into camp. That's my thought on it. I think that this could absolutely be true, and that it just, again, was something that the Eagles and Texans did not want out. I mean, again, you go back to this dot connecting. I mean, there's all this stuff makes sense here. It all makes sense. Like why would Laurie, Roseman, Weidel, and Sirianni just have an on-field meeting after practice on Tuesday? For what? At the same time, Deshaun Watson misses practice. And then at the same time, they clear all this cap space. And then this tweet comes out. There's just too many things. And I think, again, the pro football talks, and I wish I had the guy's name, but I don't. The beat writer from Houston that came out and said that nothing is going to happen. I think all of these guys were told by the Eagles, by the Texans, absolutely not, this isn't true, when in fact, maybe it is. Now, would I like Deshaun Watson? Would I like Deshaun Watson on this Philadelphia Eagles 2021 football team? Even if all this stuff was cleared, I got to go to my little clip here.
Hell no.
Yeah, I'm not ready for it right now. I was getting all juiced up for Jalen Hurts. Now he's had an up and down camp. Again, new offense. You got some of your key guys that are out. You know, Devontae Smith, an injury again that I have a conspiracy theory about. You've got some of your offensive line that is out. Guys learning a new offense is harder than learning a new defense, and the defense has looked great from what I'm told. Jonathan Gannon's defense, again, no surprise to me, as I thought that was going to be as soon as Steven Nelson got signed, I thought it changed everything for me as far as that defense is concerned. But the guy that I think, and I've heard this since his college days, that he is a better game performer than a practice performer, and it makes sense the way his game is. This guy right here, man, Jalen Hurts. First off, look how absolutely jacked this dude is. To me, he's looked like a starting quarterback in camp from all the people that I've talked to that have seen him with their own two eyes. Has thrown an absolute pretty deep ball. Has tried to grasp this offense. And again, you know, you look at guys like Elliott Shore-Parks today said the offense just hasn't looked good. And I wonder if it's, again, the learning curve of the offense or the defense just being good. But I think this is a guy, I think you give him this shot. I think you give him this season. And Nick Sirianni today said, again, they're not ready to name him the starter, even though he's getting all the first team reps. Again, it's something I don't understand. And this is another reason why people are going, well, maybe it's because Deshaun Watson's going to be here. Maybe the Eagles have found out that these charges are going to be dropped and it's all malarkey and it's all bullshit. And I don't know. Again, it's maybe they're wanting to get this trade done now, knowing that this Carson Wentz pick might be a second round pick after all. I mean, I have no idea. However, I do think, and I'm all about Jalen Hurts. The teammates are buying into Jalen Hurts. I talked about this on a video the other day where they're all wearing the hats with the "Ren is due" slogan that Jalen Hurts has thrown out there. And again, you look at practice; it's practice. You know, the old Allen Iverson. We're talking about practice. It's what it is. It's again. I listened to a couple podcasts. One of the ones that I have kind of been enjoying lately is the Go Birds podcast with Elliott Shore-Parks and James Seltzer. And Elliott Shore-Parks is a mixed bag. It's hard to really take this guy seriously. Sometimes he's like, writing down each pass. It's friggin' training camp, dude. But he said today, and this was funny to me because he said he's concerned about, and he's a Jalen Hurts guy, by the way. And he said he's concerned about this offense. When he says, last year, Jalen Hurts has only had 9 touchdowns through 8 practices. Last year, Carson Wentz through 8 practices, and Elliott Shore-Parks has hated Carson Wentz. He's not a Carson Wentz dude. He said, Carson Wentz had 27 touchdowns through 8 practices last year. Okay. Carson Wentz was the worst quarterback in the league last year. So what does 27 touchdowns through 8 practices have to do with anything? What does Jalen Hurts' 9 touchdowns through 8 practices with a new offense, his first year as a starter in training camp, have to do with anything? It means nothing. Okay. Seeing this guy against Atlanta game 1 is going to mean everything. Seeing him in some preseason action is going to mean everything. And seeing him with the offense he's actually going to be with means a lot as well. Will Zach Ertz be here? Who knows? I believe Devontae Smith, I believe that injury is – I think the guy, if there was a game Sunday, I think the guy could play. Again, I'm not a doctor, but it's just, again, odd that that happens and then all of a sudden all the other receivers come back. It's just weird to me. But anyway – yeah, so I'm not taking anything. And first off, I like the fact that the defense is shutting the offense down. I really do. I think this defense is going to be better than a lot of people think. Again, I wanted to get this video out there and just get this Deshaun Watson crap out there. And here's another thing too, by the way. When I do these videos, because, and I got into this whole YouTube thing to connect with other fans, not just Eagle fans, but football fans, or fans of any kind of entertainment. But these are a lot of the conversations that I would have with myself after games or after, listening to stuff on the radio. These are conversations I would kind of talk to myself about in the shower, in the car, everywhere, or to people that weren't Eagle fans that I knew just didn't give a shit. So this is a great outlet to do that. This isn't clickbait for me. This isn't, a lot of guys look at we'll look at all of us making videos about Deshaun Watson. Like, I didn't come out with this news. We didn't come out with this tweet by this Chris Trapasso. Like, this happened. So I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to absolutely talk about it. And there's part of me earlier today that was like, you know what? I'm not even going to. I got a busy day. Like, as we sit here at 8:48 p.m. Eastern time, I've got to go to my shoot job in a couple hours. I still haven't eaten after my workout. And I'm like, you know what? I'm just not going to talk about it. There's going to be some trolls that are going to go, oh, it's just another Eagle fan with clickbait. It's just more Deshaun Watson clickbait. Stop talking about it. Well, how can we stop talking about it when this is a reality? This is thrown out there. I'm not going to ignore it because, there are people out there that think that some of us do this or throw that thumbnail with his face on it for clickbait. I'm not. This is a hot topic right now. And, again, this is an outlet for me to talk about it and vent about it. And it's just absolutely annoying. You got some fans that are like, would everyone just stop talking about the Deshaun Watson thing? Like, I would love to. I would love to not mention his name. Okay, I'm all about Jalen Hurts right now. But this is it. This is out there in the world. This is out there in the universe. So we're going to talk about it. Just like if he got traded tomorrow or if he got traded tonight, we would talk about it. It'd be a hot topic. Again, I'm all about Jalen Hurts. I want him to lead this team. I think he's going to be a good quarterback in this league, whether it's for the Philadelphia Eagles or whether it's for the Houston Texans, or whether it's for whatever team. But I believe in Jalen Hurts because the veterans on this team believe in Jalen Hurts. And that says a lot to me because ego is a big thing. And these guys, even though some of the older guys on the team, you look at as older guys on the team, they're still 30-year-old guys. They're still young guys. Ego is a big thing for a young guy. And your ego isn't going to allow you to be really wrong about someone. If Jalen Hurts was garbage, even though Lane Johnson is the ultimate teammate, even though Jason Kelce is the ultimate teammate, these guys aren't going to go out there and wear hats with his slogans on them or endorse him as much as they're going to, because if he goes out there on the field and looks like trash, then it makes their opinion kind of look like trash. And people go, how about the Jalen Hurts? Remember when you said he was this, and that? Remember what? So that's one of the reasons why I believe in this kid. And I believe in this team. I mean, there's no expectations. I love it. I love there's no expectations this year. I think Nick Sirianni is doing a hell of a job coaching. Some of the things I'm going to talk about in other videos as I try to wrap this up. Now, I look at some of the things that he's been doing as far as, getting in guys' faces, and not in a Joe Judge bullshit kind of way, in a way that helps guys. He got in Jalen Reagor's face yesterday, and today Jalen Reagor had the best practice he's had probably in his career as an Eagle. That says something to me. That's not making guys run, 25 laps and then do push-ups and making your coaches run and all that. First off, the New York Giants camp, what in the hell is going on? I know I'm biased because I'm an Eagles fan, but they're having a horrible camp. From Jason Garrett today to this just ridiculous fight that happened a couple days ago, where your starting quarterback ends up on the bottom of the pile. Shows what they think about him. It's just, and then you look what's happening here. I feel good about it, and I will be. By the way, before I completely wrap this thing up tonight, as we are at 20 minutes, I will be at training camp this Sunday, the first open Nick Sirianni training camp. I'll be there to see with my own two eyes how this team is going. I can't wait. It's been so long since I've been around football fans. And real quick, let's look at this. As David Romero says, do you think if a trade occurs that Ertz will be involved, trading him will save us another $8 million in cap space? It's a good question. It is a good question. I'm getting the feeling that Zach Ertz is going to be a Philadelphia Eagle for the 2021 season. Could he be involved? Could the Texans want him? Possibly, and they absolutely could, because I think Jalen Hurts would be a part of that. And why not get a guy that Jalen Hurts kind of knows and is comfortable with? And they already said they're going to want a couple players. So I would say it's a 60-40 that he would be involved in that. Again, $8 million is a big number, even for the Texans, and the Texans would have to sign him after this year. So can they do that? Because he will be a free agent after this year. That's a great question. And it leads me to this, and I'm going to say, again, I always talk for so long. I'm trying to get out of here, as I told Birdman. After practice today, Jalen Hurts and Zach Ertz were going over some things together, getting some extra work in, just the two of those guys. And look, if Zach Ertz is thinking that he's not going to be here or have any kind of connection with Jalen Hurts, why do that? Why go that extra mile? So immediately I was saying, this is before David said this, I was thinking that's telling me that Zach Ertz is going to be an Eagle. Conspiracy theory time. Conspiracy theory. Maybe the word kind of got out. Hey, if this deal goes down, Zach's going to be a part of the package as well as Jalen, and Zach knows he's going to be tied to Jalen Hurts no matter what this year, whether it's with the Houston Texans or whether it's with the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. Again, conspiracy theory kind of makes sense. At the same time, it kind of doesn't. But yeah, we'll see. Again, never a dull moment with this team. Never a dull moment with this Eagles team. I'm going to be trying to do some stuff live from Lincoln Financial Field. I will have my Eagles News Now crew with me, including my awesome children. And it's been they really look forward to training camp every year. Last year sucked because it got canceled due to COVID. And I was going to go to the August 22nd practice instead of this one, but the way some of this COVID stuff is going, I don't know. I don't know if fans are going to even be allowed. And I hate to say that. Knock on wood. Knock on wood, we'll be all right. With that being said, guys, I need to take a shower. I need to eat. I need to get ready for my job. I need to hop on my motorcycle and get some gas. So with that being said, I just wanted to talk about this Deshaun Watson stuff, as it's a thing. It's a real thing for us right now. And would I be surprised if tomorrow night or tonight or when I get off doing this live and I look at my Twitter feed that the Philadelphia Eagles and Houston Texans have come to an agreement on the trade for Deshaun Watson? No, not at all. But let's hope not. I'm on the Jalen Hurts wagon right now. I'm ready to go into war with him as our QB1. So with that being said, guys, everybody stay healthy out there. Stay hydrated. I hope I see some of you guys on Sunday from Lincoln Financial Field or Saturday from Houston as I go back in the ring as Heritage Champion with 1CW Pro Wrestling. Again, check all my social media accounts at Through Chris Wild on Twitter. DJ Birdman, please give me an email at Chris Wild Wrestling. And if you're a first-time viewer, please hit that subscribe button if you like what you see. All of the support just means a whole lot to me. Man, every time, just when I thought I was out, they pull me back in. As Rick Camp says, rumor has Ertz to Jacksonville for a conditional 2022 pick. I did hear there has been some rumblings about the Jacksonville Jaguars needing a tight end and Zach Ertz's name being thrown in there. I guess I could take I guess I'll take a 5th round pick for Zach, right? I don't know. I think he'd be great on this offense. Here we go. One more from David Romero. A small part of me thought they would include Reagor since he's on a cheap contract and wasn't having a camp since the day things would be different. Yeah, that again, they're not going to trade away Jalen Reagor. First off, they don't have any wide receivers. And he was a 1st round pick last year that if you look at him, he made a catch today, and I'm going to post this on this channel that was just over Darius Slay that was unreal. One-handed catch in the end zone from Jalen Hurts. I don't think they're ready to give up on Jalen Reagor just yet. And he hasn't had a good camp, but he's also had some really terrible things happening in his life, losing a childhood friend, getting murdered. I mean, I can't imagine. So, I'm not ready to give up on him yet. Not at all. I think he's going to be good in the slot. I think once Devontae gets back on the field, and I think Travis Fulgham is going to be better this year, as he said. And like, oh man, I'm getting into so much stuff, guys. I'm going to get out of here. Everybody, stay safe, stay healthy. Go Birds! Check the channel for more updates, more content on Jalen Reagor, content on Travis Fulgham, and on this defense that I'm very, very excited about. And of course, Coach Nick Sirianni. I'll see you guys later. Everybody have a good one and have a great night.